Today's lecture is conversion of number system. This is our lecture 2 of chapter 3. So let's start. We have a 12 conversion in this chapter. We already know that we have a 4 kinds of number system. We have decimal, binary, octal and hexadecimal. There is a 12 kind of conversion and we must learn this in a 3 different technique, and it's a very easy technique. Let's see. Technique 1, decimal to binary, octal and hexadecimal. We may call it D to hop, decimal to hexa, octal, binary. Technique 2, decimal to binary, octal and hexadecimal. We may call it hop to D. Okay. In technique 3, we also get 6 rules here. Rules number 7 is octal to binary. Rules number 8 is binary to octal. Rules number 9 is hexadecimal to binary. Rules number 10 is binary to hexadecimal. Rules number 11 is octal to hexadecimal. Rules number 12 is hexadecimal to octal. Okay. Ariana Ahmed, please tell me what is binary?
The method formed with only 2 numbers, that is 0 and 1.
0 and 1, that is called a binary number. Okay. That means binary is a number system, which number system can contain element 0 and 1. Octal also a number system, which number system contains 0 to 7. Hexadecimal contains 0 to F, that means 0 to 9 and A to F. So we call it 0 to F. And decimal number system contain 0 to 9. So we need to know how to convert decimal to binary. Okay. In this class we learn technique 1 and 2. This is our technique 1, D to hop, that means decimal to binary. So at first we have to know how can we convert the number system very easily. Okay. If you go to visit your relative's house, okay, so if you have done your dinner in your home at 9 a.m. and your relatives done their dinner at 10 a.m., you have to do and you have to maintain their rules when you are in their house, right? So at the same case, when we want to go decimal to binary, we have to maintain the rules of binary. What is the rules of binary? Binary contains the digit 0 and 1. That means we must maintain the rules. Okay. If I want to go India, I will buy the ticket for India. I will not buy the ticket for Dubai or US, right? So if I go decimal to binary, then we have to maintain the rules. What is the rules? We already know that the number contains 2 parts, right? Like 35.54, that is the integer part and that is a floating part. So when decimal number convert to a binary number, then we have to divide the integer part by 2 and the floating part we need to multiply by 2. Okay. Also, when we go to convert decimal to octal number, then we have to divide it by 8 and floating part multiply by 8. Also, when we go to convert hexadecimal part, so we have to divide it by 16 and we have to multiply by 16 for floating part. So it will be very easier if we practice a math. So rules number 1, decimal to binary. Let's 54.24.25, that is a decimal number, so we need to convert it to a binary number. So the integer part is 54. So how can we convert this? So let's check. Decimal to binary, we have to divide it by 2 for integer part, right? So 54 we must divide it by 2. So 54 divided by 2 we will get 27, right? 27 is a division result. And what is the 0? 0 is called a remainder. So we need just this 27, we put it here 27 and we write down the remainder value after the division result. So here is my result. We divided 54 by 2, so we get the 27 as a division and 0 is our remainder. Also we have to divided it by 2, so we get 27 divided by 2, we get 13, that means 26. So we have a remainder, that is 1. So the result is 13 and the remainder value is 1. So if we are using calculator, we must use calculator in our exam but not in admission test. We'll use exam in our board, HSC board exam. So if I divide 27 divided by 2, what you get, we will get 13.5. Here 13 is our integer value, here 13.5, here 13 is our integer value. We just put our integer value here. If we don't do that, so we just need to put 13 and we multiply 2 and 13, so 2 into 13, the value is 26. So that means we need 1 for make 27, so that is 1. Okay, we have to divide again. So 2 divided by 13, what we will get? We will get 6.5 in a calculator, and if we divide it like this, 13 by 2, we will get 6, 12, 1. That means 1 is our remainder and 6 our division result. So we put it here 6 and 1 is our remainder. Also 6.5 we can put as a division result 6. 2 into 16 we get 12, and we have a shortage 1, so we put it here 1. Also we divide it by 2, so we'll get 3. We don't have any kinds of remainder value here, that means we have 0, like 6 divided by 2, 3 is our division result and remainder is 0. Also we divided by 2, so we get 1 and the remainder is 1, like 2, 3, so 1 into 2 is a 2, the remainder value is 1, we put it here 1, and the division is 1, we put it here. Also we are going to divide by 2, so what we will get now? We cannot divide this math because 1 is smaller than 2, so here we cannot divide it, that means we get the division result is 0, and we cannot divide it 1, that means 1 is our remainder. Here the division result is 0 and this 1 is our remainder, but the operands is much bigger than this operands. What is operands and what is operator? Let me check. 2 plus 3 is equals to 5. Here plus is our operator which can operate a calculation, and 2 and 3 is operands which can operated by a operator. Okay, that means 2 is our first operands and 1 is our second operands. If I write like this, that means we cannot done this operation because 1 is smaller than 2. That's why 0 is our division result and 1 is our remainder. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how can we write our answer? We have to write our answer from bottom to top. That means this is our answer, this part, only this part is our answer. So we write this part 1 1 0 from bottom to top, 1 1 0 1 1 0. This is our answer. Okay, this is the answer of 54 only, we don't complete yet. So this is integer part, the result of the integer part is 1 1 0 1 1 0. Okay, the bottom part is called the MSB and the top part is called LSB. What does it means? MSB means most significant bit, and LSB mean least significant bit. Okay, what is MSB and what is LSB? If we buy a dress, the price is, the dress is like 5,237 Dhaka. That means which digit has the most significant? Arana Ahmed, do you know which digit has most significancy?
7.
7, but not like that. 7 is the highest digit, but it is not the significant value here, because here 5, which has fourth place, right? আমরা যদি এটাকে বলি একক, দশক, শতক, হাজার, that means 5 has fourth place, 1000, right? The value of the digit is 5, but the significance is 1000. That means that is called 5000. Clear? That means this is MSB, most significant digit here, and 7 is least significant digit here because he has the first place, right?
Yes, sir.
That means if we write down like this, that means this one is the most significant bit, and this 0 is here. That means this is the LSB, least significant bit. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So here if we write 5, that is a digit, but if we write 0 1 for binary, this is a binary digit. That means we call it BIT, bit. So this is MSB, most significant bit and least significant bit. But here there is MSD, because this is not a binary digit, this is a decimal digit or octal digit. That means we call it MSD, most significant digit, least significant digit. For binary we have a special name, that is a bit. That means we call it most significant bit and least significant bit. Okay, so we have to calculate other part of this math. Okay, we have 0.25 also. 0.25 is a floating value, so 0.25 we have to multiply this by 2. So what we get actually, so we need a calculator right now. So 0.25 into 2, that means we get 0.5. so we put it here like 0.5. okay, so 0, which is a integer value, that's why we do not include inside of this line. Okay, so we also need to multiply this 0.5, so we will get what? We also multiply this by 2, so we get 1. This one is a integer value because they don't have a fractional value. Like, what is fractional value? Fractional value means which value contains a decimal point or radix point. That means 3.26. That is a fractional value because they contain point. Okay, but this one does not contain any kinds of fractional value. That means it is an integer value. That's why we put it here 1. And if a value does not contain a fractional value but they still have their fractional part, okay, but this is invisible, like this is 1.00. like if you recharge in your mobile 20 taka, you will get 20.00. that means this 0 is invisible because they don't have the significance. That's why we do not write this value, but it will remain inside of this number, inside of this value. Okay, so we write here 1, and we have also 0.00, that is our invisible value. That's why we write here, because if we don't write here, we have to multiply again. When we found 0, we don't need to multiply again because this is not necessary to multiply this value. Okay, so here is our answer is, this is called MSB, most significant bit. This is called LSB, least significant bit. That means the answer is 0.01. okay, so we put it here. So the total answer is 54.25. this is our decimal number, and we get 110110. we write here 110110 point, and this is 01. Okay, do you understand this math, everyone? Anan Ahmed, বলো তো বুঝতে পারছো?
জি স্যার, বুঝেছি।
নুজাত তাবাসসুম, তুমি?
স্যার বুঝেছি, কিন্তু স্যার 25 এর সাথে 2টা মাল্টিপ্লাই হয়েছিল কেন?
আচ্ছা, আমাদের এই যে এই ম্যাথটার আমরা একটা ভগ্নাংশ পার্ট দেখেছিলাম না, যে ডেসিমাল থেকে যখন বাইনারিতে যেতে হবে আমাদের ফ্লোটিং পার্ট যেটা, সেটাকে 2 দ্বারা গুণ করতে হবে। ওকে,
জি স্যার।
দ্যাটস ওয়াই এখানে 20.25 এর সাথে তোমার 2 দ্বারা গুণ হবে। আচ্ছা, Then Samiha Hussain Zara.
Yes, sir. Did.
Okay, here is our second math, decimal to octal. This is the same case as we done before, that octal to decimal we have to multiply this value by 8. For floating point and integer point we have to divide by 8. For at the same case hexadecimal, divide by 16 and multiply by 16. Okay, so we write a value like 29.36. So the integer value is 29. We have to divide by 8. What we will get? 29 by 8. So 3.625. This is our result. But we do not pick 0.625. We just take the value in value of integer. So that means we have 3. So we write it here 3. So 8 into 3 we will get what? We will get 24. Our value is 29. That means we have the short number is 5. So we put it here 5. If I calculate by calculator, so what we will get? 3. We'll multiply 8 into 3. 8 into 3 we'll get 24, and we will subtract from 29. You will get 5. This is 5. And do you understand? Please keep unmute your microphone because we have to talk to each other. I need your response. So
Yes, sir. Understood.
also we need to divided it by 8. So what we will get? 8 is much larger than 3. Then we do not divided it. So the division result is 0 and 3 keep unchanged. 3 remain unchanged. That means this is our remainder. So 0 is our division result and 3 is our remainder value. So the result is 3, 5. Also we have to multiply 0.36. So 0.36 into 8. Decimal to octal. So 6 into 8. 48, right? We put it here 8 and we have 4. So that means 8 into 3, 24. 24 plus 4, it will be 28. We write here 8 and this is our 2. We also need to multiply it by 8. So 8 into 8, 64. We put it here 4. We have 6 as a carry bit. So 8 into 8, 64 also. So 64 plus 6, we will get 70. We put it here 0 and 7 is our integer value. So if we multiply this 0.88 into 8, so we will get 7.04. Correct? Now we need to multiply again by 8. So 8 into 4, that is 32. We put it here 2. We have 3 as a carry bit. 8 into 0 is 0. 0 plus 3 is 3. So the result is 0. Also we need to multiply by 8. So what we will get? 8 into 2 is 16. 16, we write it, we put it here 6 and we have 1 as a carry bit. 8 into 3, 24 plus 1, this is called 25. We put it here 5 point. The 2 is our integer value. So here we have done already the 5 calculation part, right? So we still don't get the value here 0 as we had before. We get the value, the fractional part is 0 after doing 2 times of multiplication, but here we have done 5 times but we do not get still 0. This kinds of result is called the infinity. Okay, this multiplication process will not end anymore. Okay, so we have to keep it like this, and this is our answer. How can we get our answer here? From here, these are MSD, most significant digit. This is LSD, and also here MSD and LSD. So the result is 29.36. This is a decimal number and we get the result 35. This is 35 point, and we'll get 270.27021. So this result is not finished here, right? So we have to write this dot because this is a continuous process. So this is our octal value. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Sir,
yes please.
so how many times we have to multiply if we don't get the result?
4 or 5 times, not more than this. 4 times is much usual, but safe zone is 5 times. Okay, our third conversion is decimal to hexadecimal, so 29.46 is our hexadecimal value. So we have to calculate this, so we have to divide by 16, so the result is 1 because 16 into 2 is 32. This is bigger than 29, so we have to keep it less than 29. So 16 into 1 is 16. So what we will get, the remainder value, 29 by 16, so we will get 13 for remainder value, right? So we put it here 13. Also we have to divide it by 16 here, so we get 0 because 1 is smaller than 16, and this one is our remainder value. But we cannot write our answer like this because the hexadecimal system does not contain 13. The value of the hexadecimal system is 0 to 9, and also A, B, C, D, E, F. That means A indicates 10, B indicates 11, C indicates 12, D indicates 13, E 14, and F for 15. So we get here 13, which actually indicates the value of D. Okay, so we have to write here because we already enter in hexadecimal system, so that means we don't have 13, we have D. Also we have to calculate 0.46 by 16, so you can calculate it by your calculator, so I use it. So 0.46 into 16 will get 7.36. the result is 7.36, so I put it here 7.36. Also we need to calculate, so here I minus 7, so I get 0.36, so I need to calculate it 16, so 5.76 into 16, so we'll get 5.76. Also we need to calculate by 6 multiplied by 16, so the result is minus 5, so we get 0.76 into 16, the result is 12.16. so here we have a different result, 12.76. so here 12 is not the number of hexadecimal. Okay, so here we can write C because C is the replacement of 12. So also we have to multiply by 16, 76.
So it would be 12.16.
12.16, 12.16 right here, 12.16. So we have to multiply again, minus 12 into 16, 2.56. Put it here. So the result is 29.46 is our decimal value. So this is our decimal value, and we have to convert it to a hexadecimal number. So this is our decimal value, and we get the result is 1D.75C2, 75C2, and this is a continuous process, so we have to put dot. So here the base is 16. Okay, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
আমরা আরো তিনটা নিয়মে আসবো। হ্যাঁ, আমরা কিন্তু অলরেডি তিনটা নিয়ম শিখেছি। তিনটা নিয়ম কি কি ছিল? ডেসিমাল থেকে কিভাবে বাইনারিতে যেতে হবে, ডেসিমাল থেকে অক্টাল এবং ডেসিমাল থেকে হেক্সা। সো তিনটা নিয়ম আমাদের শেষ। সো আমরা যেখানে যাব আমরা তার ভিত্তি দ্বারা মানে তার বেস দ্বারা ভাগ এবং গুণ করেছি। এবং কেন করেছি যদি তোমরা একটু খেয়াল করো ভালো করে তাহলেই বুঝতে পারবে। কারণ গুণ ভাগ বা গুণ করার ফলে আমরা ওই সংখ্যাটার বেশি আর পাইনি, মানে বাইনারির মধ্যে যেগুলো শুধু সেগুলোই পাইছি, অক্টালের মধ্যে যেগুলো শুধু সেগুলোই পাইছি, হেক্সার মধ্যে শুধু যেগুলো আছে সেগুলোই পাইছি। এবং আরো তিনটা নিয়ম হচ্ছে আমাদের ডেসিমাল থেকে বাইনারি, অক্টাল, হেক্সা মানে এর অপোজিট গুলো, রিভার্স নিয়মগুলো আমরা শিখবো আফটার দিস ব্রেক। Here we have three rules. One of them is binary to decimal, octal to decimal, and hexadecimal to decimal. There is a reverse procedure. So we need to learn some basic. Here 536. 5, it has two kinds of value. One of them is its own value and another one is their place value. Like 5, we called it 5. We do not call it 6. That means the own value is 5 and the place value is 100. There is a third place. Okay, so 500. Also 3 have its own value 3 and their place value is second place. That means 36. Also 6 has two kinds of value. So how actually it comes? All the digits have a position, first, second, third. This position make a place for them. Okay, so if I write power for each of the element like 0, 1, 2, this is actually not a power, this is actually a position. This is a decimal number system. We write 6 into the base of the value is 10, so we write it here 10 and the power is 0 for 6, so we put this power as a superscript for 10. Okay, so also I write 3 into the base is 10, the power is 1 for 3. Also I write 5 into the base is 10, the power is 2. So the equation should be 6 into 10 to the power 0, which means 1. We need 3 mathematical rules for these kinds of conversion. One of them is if any value contain the power 0, the result will be 1. Also if any value contain the power 1, the result should be the same. And also if any value contain the power negative, so like -3, so we can write like this: x to the power -3 is equals to 1 by x cube. Okay, we need some basic rules of mathematics here. So 3 into 10 to the power 1, so we can write it 10. Also 5, 10 to the power 2, that means 10 square, which represent 100. So this is our place value, first place, second place and third place. So 6 into 1 is equals to 6, 3 into 10 is equals to 30 and 5 into 100 is equals to 500. If we add all of them, so the result is 536. Okay, that means the one things we have to remind all the time that every kinds of digit contain a power. That means this is actually not a power, this is actually a position which represent the place. Okay, so going for converting binary to decimal, so let's we take a digit 10011.101. this is a binary number, we need to convert it to a decimal number system. So how can we convert this? So this is very simple and we can do the calculation very easily. 101, at first I write all of the bit of binary and now I need to put their positional value, that means their power. So this is a integer part, so we starting the value from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the power. If you consider that you are in a place, so you can go left and you can go right. So if you go left, you have to keep the power from 0 to 4, and if you go right, you can put the power minus, negative power, -1, -2, -3. Okay, So this is actually their position, their place. So now how can we do this math? This is a binary digit, that means this is a bit. So we have to put 1 and multiply by 2, that means multiply by binary. Okay, for each of the item we need to do that. So here 0 into, we have to multiply by 2. Also we also have 0 multiply by 2. Also we have 1 plus, so 1 into 2 multiply by 2. Okay, then we also need to keep plus, and 1 into multiply by 2. So here we found a radix point or point, so we don't need to do anything for this. We just keep it simple, and we just make it plus, also 1 into 2, then again plus for the 0 into 2 plus 1, for the final 1 into 2. So here we have to make this power 1 into 2, this one, for this one the power is 4, so we take this power 4, also 0, this is 3, and this 0 the power is 2, this one power is 1, this one the power is 0, so again this one power is minus 1, again this 0 power is minus 2, and this one power is minus 3. That means I just keep all the power for the base. Okay, so the result should be 1 into 2 to the power 4. We all know that 2 to the power 4 means 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 to the power 4, 4 into 8, 8 into 2 is equals to 16. So this is 16, 16 into 1 should be 16, plus 0 into 2 is equals to 0, plus 0 into 2, again it's 0, plus 1 into 2, 2 to the power 1 means 2, 2 into 1 is equals to 2, plus 2 to the power 0 means 1. We learned it before it. That means x to the power 0 is equals to 1. That means 2 to the power 0 should be the 1. 1 into 1 is equals to 1. The student made the mistake here. They keep it 0. But this is actually 1. This is not a 0. Okay. So here is 1 plus 1 by 2 to the power minus 1. So we can write this like 1 minus 1. This is 1. Like x to the power minus 3 is equals to 1 by x cube. That means for this minus we hold 1. The same case here, for this minus we write 1, and the value without the minus we put it here, plus 0 into anything is equals to 0, plus 1 2 to the power cube 2 to the power 3. So this is our result. So 16 plus 2, 18 plus 1, 19, plus 1 by 2, which is actually 0.5. We can calculate it. Okay, the calculator. 1 by 2, this is 1 by 2, this is 0.5. we write it here, plus then 1 by 2 cube means 1 by 8, so 19 plus 0.5 plus 1 by 8, which actually means 0.25 maybe, 0.125 maybe. Let's see, 8, 1 by 8, 1 divided by 8, 0.125, right? So 0.125. If we add all of them, the result is 19.625. You can calculate in your calculator. So 19.625 is our decimal number. Okay, do you understand all the things?
Yes, sir.
So the rules is just we have to keep this power, that's it, nothing more than this. We are in a binary and we have to convert it in a decimal system. If we need to convert into a decimal system, just we make sure that we put the power for all of the bit or all of the digits here. So also Rules number 5, octal to decimal. We do the same things. So here is octal number. I write 732.64. This is the octal number. We have to go to any decimal system. So 732. So if we make the power 0, 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2. Okay, this is one reminder. Please do not write this power in your exam. Okay, I write it here in a red color because for your understanding, but you cannot write this power in your exam. You can write here but not here. Okay, so I'm going to calculate 7 into, here 8 is the base, so I have to multiply this by 8. So 7 into 8 plus also 3 into power is, base is 8 plus 2 into base is 8 plus 6 into base is 8 plus 4 into base is 8. Then we have to put this power 8 square, then 8 to the power 1, for 2 power is 0, then for 6 8 to the power 1, and for 4 power is minus 2. So 7 into 80 square, 7 into 80 square, what does it mean? 80 square means 64, 64 into 7. Okay, I open my calculator. 80 square means 64, 64 into 7, 448. Okay, that is a 448 plus 3 into 8 to the power 1. 8 to the power 1 means 8. 8 into 3 is 24 plus 8 to the power 0, which is actually means 1. 1 into 2 is 2 plus 8 to the power 1 means what is this? A minus 1. Okay, so that means we have to write 6 by 8 to the power 1. So how can we write this? 6 into 8 to the power minus 1. That means we can write 6 into 1 by 8. The power is 1. We already know that 6 has the value 1 bottom of this, because this is invisible. A digit contain 3 kinds of value and 3 kinds of invisible value. One of them is 1, which is multiplied by those number, those digit, and one of them is 1, which is divided by those digit, and one of them is their power, which is actually always with the digit, but this 1 is invisible. If the value is bigger than 1, then we write this like x square. The value is bigger than 1. If this is 2x, then we write this 2 because the value is bigger than 1. If x by 2, then we write this 2 because the value is bigger than 1. So if the value is bigger than 1, then we write this. Otherwise this one does not require to write. Okay, so we 1 into 8 will be the 8, 6 into 1, 6 into 1 will be the 6. So this is the actual process how it comes 6 by 8. So if anything keep multiplying by 8, we can easily put it here, right? So plus here also 4 by 8 square. So 448 plus 24 plus 2, that means 448 plus 2, 450 plus 24, 474, and plus 6 by 8. So we need our calculator now. 6 by 8, 6 by 8, this is 0.75. so we write it here 0.75 plus 4 by 8 square, that means 4 by 64. So 474 plus 0.75 plus 4 by 64, 4 by 64, 0.0625. we need all of the value. 0.0625. at first I need to write this, then I will give you the example. 0.0625. Okay, then we have to add all of them. The result will be 0.0625 plus 0.75 plus 474, so the 8125, 474.8125. This is the value of our decimal number. Okay, so you must write all of the digit. We cannot write just 3 digit because these 5 also have their value. Okay, so you have to write all of the digit, and you cannot do this like after this line you cannot write this line, because there is also a operation and you will get the number by doing this operation. You cannot skip this line. Okay, you have to write all of the line. So last and final conversion is hexadecimal to decimal. This is very important, and you must keep attention here. So A51.3b hexadecimal number, we have to go in a decimal system. So here A51, I write it here A51.3b. Now the power will be 0, 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2. But you will do mistake that you will write 10, 5, 1.3b, because you know A means 10. In a hexadecimal system, A indicates the result 10 and B indicates result 11, C indicates 12. So you can write like this way, and if after writing this system, if you write the power 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, write the power like this, the value of A contains 2 places, but actually this is not possible. A is a hexadecimal digit, and a digit cannot take 2 or 3 places at a time. They only hold 1 place at a time. So if you decentralize, or if you write there 10, so you have to place both of them 2 and 3, but this is actually not possible. That's why you have to keep as it is A, and you have to make the power is 2. Okay, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
At the same case, you cannot write 11 as B, because if you write this, you have to give the power minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. This is also not possible. So that's why we have to keep as it is the number. So here now I have to multiply all the digit by 16, but we cannot multiply A and 16. That's why now we are going to write 10 replacement of A and multiply by 16, and there is no problem because now we do not make multiple power for A, we just make a simple power for A. Okay, then plus 5 into power 16, 16 to the power 1 plus 1 into 16 to the power 0 plus 3 into 16 to the power minus 1 plus B means 11 into 16 to the power minus 2. Here 10 to the power 10 is 16 square, that means 256. 256 into 10 means 16 into 16, 256 into 10, so we can write 2560, 2560, and 5 into 16 is 80, so 2560. So here 16 to the power 1 is 16 into 5, which is actually 5 into 16, 80, plus 16 to the power 0 means 1, 1 into 1 means 1. Okay, very careful. Okay, 16 to 0, 16 to the power 0 does not mean 0, that means 1. 1 into 1 is equals to 1. So here 3 in 3 by 16 power is 1, plus here 11 by 16 power is square or 2. So I can write them 2560 plus 80 plus 1 plus 2641 plus 3 by 16 3 by 16 plus 11 by 256. Now 2641 plus 3 by 16. 3 divided by 16. 01875 and 11 by 256. 11 by 256. Okay, we have to write both of the digit here. Here 0.01875 plus 11 by 256 is 0.04296875. Okay, we need to write all of the digit, then we have to add all of them plus 0.1875 plus 2641. So the result is 2641.230 46875 46875. So the result is basis decimal. So student wants to write 3 digit after fractional value, after the decimal point they want to write just 3 or 4 digit, but this is actually not right, because if I ask you that you have to go reverse, that means you have to go decimal to hexadecimal. If we skip some values from here, you will not get the same value. Okay, you will not get the 3b because you skip some digit, and you will get less than b. That is actually not the correct format. So you have to write all the digit here. Okay, and this is not important that you have to skip, and skip is not a good option for you. Okay, have you any question from here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, today we learned 2 different technique. Technique 1 was decimal to hexa octal binary, which is called D2 Hob, technique 1, and technique 2 hexa octal binary to decimal, that means the reverse process. So let me relate one thing. When we are going to convert to a binary system from decimal, what we done, we are going to divide it by 2 for integer number, right? So when we are going to backward, like binary to decimal, what we have to do, we have to multiply, because we are going to divide when decimal to binary, right? So if we go binary to decimal, then we have to multiply. That is actually done. Now we are going to multiply. Okay, also if you check that decimal to binary, then we multiply the fractional value, and if we want to go from binary to decimal, we have to divide it, right? So here we have done that, we make the power negative, and that's why it is automatically divided. Okay, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the actual process. So মোটামুটি আমাদের আজকের ক্লাসটা তো শেষের দিকে, এবং শেষ বলতে গেলে আমরা আজকে 6টা নিয়ম শিখেছি, এবং তোমাদেরকে আমি আরেকবার একটু বলে দিচ্ছি যদি কারো বুঝতে অসুবিধা হয়। তো যখন আমি ডেসিমাল থেকে বাইনারি দিকে যাব, তখন আমি কি করেছিলাম, আমি 2 দ্বারা ভাগ করেছিলাম পূর্ণ সংখ্যাকে, ভগ্ন সংখ্যাকে 2 দ্বারা গুণ করেছিলাম। এখন যদি আমাকে বলে যে তুমি বাইনারি থেকে দশমিকে যাও, তাহলে আমি তো এর আগে 2 দ্বারা ভাগ করেছিলাম, এখন আমি পূর্ণাংশ কি, তাহলে 2 দ্বারা গুণ করব। তো আমরা যদি কোনো একটা সংখ্যার গুণ করতে চাই, যে পাওয়ারগুলো যে আমরা দিয়েছি, এই যে পাওয়ারগুলো, সো পাওয়ারগুলো তো দেওয়ার পর আমরা গুণই করেছিলাম, তাই না? একই রকম ভাবে আমরা যখন দশমিক থেকে আবার বাইনারিতে গিয়েছিলাম, তখন কি করছি, যে আমরা ভগ্নাংশকে 2 দ্বারা গুণ করেছিলাম। সো এখানে এখন যদি আমি উল্টা যেতে চাই, লাইক বাইনারি থেকে দশমিকে যেতে চাই, তাহলে কি করবো, আমি 2 দ্বারা আবার ভাগ করব। সেম কেস দেখো অক্টালের ক্ষেত্র, আমরা কি 8 দ্বারা ভাগ করেছিলাম ওইখানে, এখানে আমরা 8 দ্বারা গুণ করেছি। ভগ্নাংশকে 8 দ্বারা গুণ করেছিলাম এর আগে, মানে ডেসিমাল থেকে অক্টালে যাওয়ার সময়। এখন যদি উল্টা যাচ্ছি, মানে অক্টাল থেকে ডেসিমালে যাচ্ছি, এখন আমাদের কি করতে হবে, সেম কেস গুণ করতে হবে, মানে আমরা একবার যেটা করেছি তার অপোজিটটা আসতে গেলে সেই তার অপোজিটই করতে হবে। 2 দ্বারা ভাগ করছিলাম, সো 2 দ্বারা এবার গুণ করছি, এই হচ্ছে কাজ। ওকে, তোমাদের কোনো সমস্যা আছে আজকের লেকচার থেকে?
No, sir.
এখন তোমাদের সবার যে কাজটা থাকবে, তোমাদের আমি অনেক বেশি কাজ দিচ্ছি না, যে কাজটা এত বেশি কাজ যে পরে পড়াই হবে না, সেটা আমি করতেও চাই না। যেটা প্রয়োজন সেটাই শুধু বলে দিচ্ছি যে 3টা লেকচার তোমাদেরকে দেয়া হয়েছে, সো তোমাদের যে কাজটা থাকবে আগের 2টা লেকচার তোমরা ওয়েবসাইট থেকে দেখে নিবা, তোমাদের স্টুডেন্ট ড্যাশবোর্ডে ঢুকলে দেখে নিবা। তবে মনে রাখো এই 6টা নিয়ম ইজি, বাট 12টা নিয়ম যখন একসাথে মাথায় আসবে তখন হয়তো বা ভুলে যাওয়ার চান্স থাকবে। তা আমি কিন্তু ক্লাসে কিছু শর্টকাট বলছি, তুমি শর্টকাটগুলো মাথায় রাখবা। যখন তোমাকে একটা প্রশ্ন দিয়ে বলবে এটাকে বাইনারিতে নাও, তুমি দেখবে এটা কোথায় আছে, এটা যদি ডেসিমালে থাকে তাহলে কোন রুলসে বলছে, D2 হব। হব মানে কি, ভাগ গুণ। আমি ওই যে ভাগ করছি 2 দ্বারা এবং গুণ করছি 2 দ্বারা, ভাগ গুণ। এভাবে তুমি শর্টকাটগুলোকে মাথায় রাখবা। কোন নিয়মের মধ্যে পড়ে 6টা নিয়মকে, 12টা নিয়ম আছে টোটাল, 12টা নিয়মকে 3টা টেকনিকে বলা যায়। আমি 2টা টেকনিক আজকে পড়াই দিছি, আরেকটা টেকনিকে বাকি 6টা হয়ে যাবে। ওইটা আরো সহজ, একদম দেখলেই পারবা। সো এখন হচ্ছে তোমাদের কাজ এগুলো বাসায় বসে প্র্যাকটিস করবা, নিজেরা নিজে একটা ম্যাথ লিখবা, ম্যাথ লিখে নিজে একটু প্র্যাকটিস করে দেখবে যে আসলে আমি পারি কিনা। ঠিক আছে, এরপর আমাকে দরকার হয় হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে গ্রুপ যেগুলো আছে, হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ গ্রুপে আমাকে এই মেসেজগুলা, বা তোমার ফেসবুক যে গ্রুপ আছে সেখানে তোমার যে ম্যাথ করবা প্র্যাকটিস ম্যাথগুলোকে ছবি তুলে ওখানে পোস্ট করে দিবা বা আপলোড করে দিবা, আমি তোমাদের খাতাগুলো চেক করে দিব। বুঝতে পারছো?
জি স্যার।
সো এইগুলো মোটামুটি আজকের মতো আমাদের ক্লাস, এবং আমি নোটগুলো দিয়ে দিচ্ছি তোমাদেরকে আমাদের ওয়েবসাইটে, সো সবাই সেখান থেকে দেখে দেখে নোট করে নিবা। ওকে, সবাই ভালো থাকবা, সুস্থ থাকবা, আল্লাহ হাফেজ।